Normally, an average Nigerian cannot afford 3 square meal because of lack of, not even aside from the lack of money and maybe lack of the system itself has made things so difficult for people. I mean, price of goods kept increasing every day by day.
Yes, it
You
keeps
go to, I mean, I could
skyrocketing.
remember there was sometimes some years back when the price of I talk of the price of a model of beans or rice or even in oil. Oil you can get a bottle of oil then was 250 naira. Even then you won't complain that it's even now you can is 1,000 plus.
Yes, the
I mean,
thousand
where
naira.
are we
Plus.
going
So,
in
so
this
you
country?
could see within the period of maybe a 10 years period, and you discover that maybe somebody who has been sick,
Yeah.
we maybe in 2010, or somebody who went to prison in 2010, who has actually have an acquaintance of what is currently happening, if he should come back, or maybe somebody that has died and maybe resurrected back, I will be wondering what kind of Nigeria he left, and Nigeria is coming to come and meet, because a lot of things will have actually changed over time, and the situation, the lifestyle of people is not changing, but the price of goods and services is actually changing and is going skyrocketing.
And the funniest part is it never goes back to normal. Even when things comes to normal, like when things, I mean, because there's always a problem. I mean, look at during the pandemic.
Yes.
It was another thing entirely. 2019 stroke 2020
2020
COVID-19 pandemic.
yeah.
It was a different ballgame on its own that people had to suffer, and we survived it. Now, going forward, thinking that okay, things will get better. Even the prices of good then that was increased is still the same price. It's still the same thing. Even some it kept increasing. Imagine I went to the market, something I do get ordinarily for maybe like a model of beans for 700, 600, 700 is now 800. 1 kg of semu that is for 230 naira or something
Yes.
before. Okay, fine. Lately it was like 750. It's now 800.
Yes, and if you want to buy the 5 kg, it used to be around 3,000. Now it's around 3,300.
No, this is not funny.
So,
People
so
are
now,
really-
now looking at the issue that we currently looking at, this is not the first time that Nigerian has actually gone through a redesign of the new naira note. So if you want to take it back to history, we've had a situation whereby as far back as of 1880, where that was when we had the introduction of the pounds sterling being used in Nigeria. As of that time, we still had the colonial masters. Then over time, it was in 1973 that we started using the naira. And we, over time, from that period till when we are today, we've had a series of, it's either we had introduction of new naira notes or we redesign what we currently have. And the situation has not been like this, because the last time Nigeria had to go through this was in 2009, where we had the introduction of the 1,000 naira notes, and in 2010 we had the 50 naira was actually redesigned for a particular period to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Nigeria. So we've had a situation whereby there was no restriction as to when to phase out the old notes. Where according to the laws of the Central Bank of Nigeria, you can still continue to bring the old notes, but what it does means that the deadline means that it's not going to be a legal tender again. So what that simply means is it's not going to be in use again. But if you have the old notes, you can still take it to the bank,
Yes.
and you exchange it for the new notes.
And there was no fixed date for it. Like,
Yes,
no deadline
and
or anything.
that's what
And
we still have
everything went
currently.
smoothly.
Yes, and that's what we still have currently. But in this case, why we are having a scarcity was because some people see it as an opportunity to hoard the money, because there were a lot of footages that are coming online where we've seen the officers of the ICPC and the EFCC going to banks, and you discover that some operations managers of some banks in Nigeria are hoarding this money just to make sure that they actually, maybe for their own selfish reasons.
Yes.
So that's the situation we're having, because it was not meant to be an issue of scarcity. You're just meant to give people money, and it circulates and everybody have the opportunity to have it. But then somebody said that at every point a Nigerian has an opportunity, he always want to see how he can met maybe his own level of cheating or hatred or on the other party. Because at every point in time, currently in Nigeria today, we are battling with the issue of fuel scarcity. And we are dangling between it used to be 83. Later on, it went up to as far as 400 naira. Now with at some point in time, they diverted the fuel. Now they brought it back. And we are now having a situation whereby they are now selling between 200 to 220 per liter. So the whole thing seems to be so unorganized, and in a saner climate, so to say, one of the most responsibility of government is a situation whereby you take care of the well-being of your citizens. When you talk about well-being of citizens, what you're talking about the idea of making sure that you regulate everything. A lot of people have argued that the government doesn't have anything to do with business. Just regulate the business, provide policies. If people are to hike, make sure that there is a price control system whereby the forces of demand and supply determines what happens in the market. That way, people can go. If I go to a particular person, he says, okay, my own is 500. And now I say, okay, fine, because there is no this thing, my own is 400 naira. Now, it is the forces of people now determines what happens. But in a situation whereby we have a mixed economic system in Nigeria, whereby government subsidize some things and the other people bring it. So when people want to fight against government, the businessmen, they want to fight against the government, they will also look at a way whereby what government has actually been paying for, they will audit. So it doesn't come out. Then they have their own this thing that they've not had the opportunity of pushing into the market, they will push it and hike the price. So these have been what we've been having over time. So, and it's not promising to be off anytime soon.
To get more updates from our media, subscribe to our channel, click the like and bell buttons, as it will go a long way to support us.